All right, grinders, how you doing out there? Check, mic check, 1, 2. We're going to do something different this year. 2026, we're going to go in with a bang. And I mean a bang. So grinders, get ready. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm a little nervous, but you want to know what? We'll see how it goes. So let's bring in 2026 with a bang. Gaming Grindhouse style. Let me make sure I got my thing going. I hope you like it, grinders. Hit that like button. And we're going to bring in the new year, 2026. Happy New Year, Gaming Grinders. Let's go! DJ Grindhouse!
Feel said, no red line, no fight, no shame. We gotta make that money, it's a numbers game. Xbox is packing up, gotta change the quest. Time to share the love, put the market to the test.
Xbox no, build that. Well,
Controllers are shaking and every boss's hands. Making deals with rivals, got bigger plans. They say nobody's buying, so let's spread out. PlayStation, get ready to hear us shout out. No red line, it's a brand new day. Xbox invading in a different way. We need that green, gonna make amends. Bringing games for you, our newfound friends. Money's running low, can't stay in one shell. We'll mix it up and ring the sales bell. All the consoles join, it's not a crime. Just a new strategy in the fashion of time. Jumping boundaries, ain't no hard divide. In the game of survival, we'll play each side. Different but same blood in these veins. Gotta feed the hunger, gotta break the chains. Gamers united under one big roof. Competition dies when you're bulletproof. Phil speaks the truth, no need for disguise. We're opening doors, it's a big surprise.
Let's go, grinders! Oh yeah, let's go!
code mean most.
Happy New Year, Grinders!
Phil Spencer, the code mean most. The code mean most. The code mean most.
Moves, bad math, hearts under attack, fans crying, where's my fun? You turned your back, you bought the game, but you lost the soul. Greedy hands digging deep in the player's goal. Call of Duty numbers tank, yes, getting cold. We ain't your piggy bank, let the truth be told. Screw you, Xbox. What's the deal? You forgot how the gamers feel. We ain't catch caps. We're the real. Screw you, Xbox. That's the spiel. Controllers in hand, but the vibe is dead. You chasing green while we see red. Lost in the loop, forgot what's ahead. The game ain't the same. You heard what I said. You're the boss, but the lost man, it's on you. 80 billion dreams down the drain, it's true. Fans built your empire, now we're through. Guess what, Xbox? We're breaking two. You can't patch this mess. You can't DLC the stress. Your greed's a glitch. Confess. Screw you, Xbox. Screw you, Xbox. Screw you, Xbox.
Took a big fall, Call of Duty saying sorry again. What's the plan here, my friend? What are we doing here? What's the play? Everything's broken, we're wasting away. The screen's gone dark, the crowd's unclear. What are we doing here? Black Friday deals, they came and they went, but no one bought what the gamers expend. Pixels and promises all falling flat. Where's the fun? Where's the magic in that? Press start, reset, pull the plug. This console war feels like a shrug. What are we doing here? What's the play? Everything's broken, we're wasting away. The screen's gone dark, the crowd's unclear. What are we doing here? Loading screens that never end. Digital dreams we can't defend.
All right, here comes Grinders, the finale.
Is it a game or just a grind? I'm losing track of time. When here, what's the play? The screen's gone dark, the crowd's unclear. What are we doing here?
I'm out here grinding at the Gaming Grindhouse, playing Mash Symphony hands. Coins clinking, dreams in my pocket, clock ticked in, but I can't stop it. Controller in hand, crawling my scepter, fingers move fast, precision like a vector, pixels explode, chaos in the frame, I score throne, crown in the game, again, in the game, 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 in the game. I'm out here grinding, symphony hands, never time out, out grinding, shining, no rewinding, out here grinding, my moment's blinding. Caffeine pains, I'm wired to the core, enemies fall, the HP no more, joystick warrior, reflexes supreme, sweat drip slow, I'm chasing the dream, glitch in the matrix, I'm the debug king, every round a victory ring, the victory ring,
You're my number one customer.
screens glow wild, it's a battlefield, my hustle
Xbox, no. Bootleg. Welcome.
RPGs, FPS, strategy in my veins. Every pixel conquered, every boss slain. I'm out here grinding at the Gaming Grindhouse, button mash symphony, hands never time out. Out grinding, shining, no rewinding. Out here grinding, my moment blinding. Out here grinding, my moment blinding.
Holy crap. What's up, grinders? How you doing out there? Mic check, 1, 2. Oh, man. I had to do that live, man. I just started learning. So bear with me. I got reverb going on here. Holy crap. What's up, grinders? I got to move this thing over. Sorry, I had all the reverb on. How's everybody doing out there? Happy New Year. That's what I'd say is Happy New Year to everyone out there, all the grinders. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. Oh, man, I was traveling, not feeling well, getting back into it, man. It is big. I still got the reverb, Josh. I fixed it. We're back. Yeah, that was a Christmas present. So I was like, dude, I'm learning the DJing. I took some of my Grindhouse music, man, and I've been just messing around, just trying to learn the DJing. I love it. And I know some of it, but yeah, I was just trying some things there. And I just got a mixer. So that's what I had. I messed around with like a small mixer, but now I got one that does this. The Denon was the SC Live 4 that it plays all the things natively, has little speakers in it, really cool. And what I'm doing is I'm doing some mixes. Hold on, let me lower this thing a little bit. I gotta move get ready for a show. But yeah, I have to, because this thing's pretty big on my desk. I can't fit so much stuff on my desk. Pause. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So I'm doing like some other mashups. So I was doing some other music, like licensed music, like regular songs and stuff. So for the VIPs and for the Ultimate Grinders, I'll definitely upload some of those and do some of those live. If you're interested in it, we could and if you want to just like listen to some music sets and things like that I could put. So I am a DJ now. That's right, Leech. I'm truly a Grindhouse DJ. Nah, man. I just love the mixing and I figured, do the songs that we're making on the Grindhouse, like, just have a cool intro for the new year there. So, but yeah, that's it. That's right. The Ravens were eliminated, Neil. Yes, I did. Yes, I know. And I was doing it live. I didn't do it recorded. That's right. Plus Ultra with the 5. He goes, doing it live. Mad props. Hey, thanks, man. I'm a little nervous because I was rehearsing that one part. What are we doing here in Gaming Grindhouse Anthem? And then what happened when I loaded it, I was doing it with I had all the knobs and stuff ready, set, rehearsing with my, like, on the right-hand side. And then when for some reason, the way I moved the tracks around, I had to do it all from the left-hand side, which I wasn't familiar with because I kept rehearsing with the right hand doing the crossfade, and then my loops and stuff went to the other side. But anyway, the pros of a DJ, who knows, man? Hey, it's fun. I was learning, watching a lot of videos, learning the stuff. My friend does some of his stuff, so I was learning that. But yeah, man. But yeah, always try to keep it new and fresh, here at the Gaming Grindhouse. So if you're new here, hit that like button, share it out, yeah, just I'll turn that thing off. I don't want these music things kicking off here while I'm doing this. But yeah, let me turn this off and get the show on the road here, because I have this. There we go. Yeah, my lights up. There you go. I'll turn this off so I don't get any interference on the microphone. But yeah, happy New Year and happy holidays, everybody. Hopefully everybody got what they wanted and had a healthy holidays. And now we're here to start off 2026. Man, oh man, another year of the Grindhouse, man. I always got to keep it fresh, Mr. Tennis. Always keep the grinders. That's why I said, whenever I did a channel, whenever I do something, I want to keep doing something different. We did that. We introduced the music last year, where the soundboard was always here. I'm just trying to do some more new things and some extra things for all the VIPs and the grinders out there, the ultimate grinders that support the channel. So I appreciate it, man, and thank you so much. Also, too, we because I wasn't feeling well, we didn't do the Grindhouse Awards, so I got a couple of Grindhouse Awards together. So we'll do that tonight. Phil's still learning. So this year we have Happy New Year. We got that done out of the way. We got that. Exclusives matter again. We always talk about that here at the show. Seems to be like a fluctuation of exclusives don't matter. They matter. They do matter. But Sean Layden coming down. There you go. Just good. Hungry Cannibal. Holy crap. They got you at God, Lord, Hungry Diet, Diablo, Cannibal, 2085. Oh my goodness. He got me hyper Zeke and got to slam this Mac Drizzle and Blazes. Hey man, There you go. Enjoy. This is the Grindhouse, man. Do what we want. Holiday 25 and the holiday sales, dude. And then we got PC parts, dude. That's been the thing. Going up, up, up. Going to be golden. Yeah, they're going to be golden. Going to be platinum. And then Microslop trends. Man, we couldn't even get into 2026 before Microsoft already got phrased the Microslop for the year, courtesy of Satya Nadella throwing out his co-pilot AI and everything. And yeah, just doing what they're doing now. So just repurposing and renaming things for engagement. And then we got the Grindhouse Awards, and then we got the 2026 predictions. So some games coming up there, as you can see. And yeah, well, with that, let's get the show on the road. And let me this, I never thought of this, I'm going to transition here, but just give me a second here. Let me give you some thinking music here while I just move this around. And hold on here. Here's something. Start the new year.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and Hades, and they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Star Ratchet 2, Ground, Shroom, and Doom. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, the Ascent, and
Oh, yeah. Oh, there was like a wardrobe change. Oh, man. Now I'm back into the Grindhouse mood. Back in the Grindhouse mood. There we go. All right. Never gets old. That doesn't get old. Why not? That should not get old. All the tunes and stuff like that. But anyway, so, whew. All right. So let's get a show started off. Welcome, everybody, coming on in here. Let me get the chat on the right part of the screen. Oh, man. Coming back after a week off, man. A couple of weeks, not feeling well. Woo. It's just getting things back in a line right here. So hit that like button, grinders. Share it out. Let them know that we are live tonight. We're back on 8 o'clock on the Gaming Grindhouse Monday. So I appreciate everybody watching here, hanging out. Here, what's this? Oh, yeah. So, while everybody was celebrating the holidays, Sean Layden did an interview. Let's get to that interview and, kind of bringing back the whole exclusives. And in a year that's coming up, what? That Lucci just sent me something. What did you send me? I think you just sent to me at what is this? This NVIDIA. Yes, I saw that. All right, I'll put this in there. Yeah, that's part of the stuff I can cover with the PC parts because things are a changing. That's all I gotta say. Things are changing, going on here. But yeah, so basically, back it was a few weeks ago. He had an interview with iJustine's basement. No, it wasn't iJustine. It was iJustine's basement. That's Phil Spencer. He does those interviews. But we'll listen to it together because I saw the clip. I saw the paraphrase, but I didn't hear what actually he said. So I was like, let me listen to what he's saying. So one of the quotes that he put up there, former boss again, and remember, I think it's pretty much just we know, dude. We know this. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Chris Kane. Appreciate it. Where is this? There we go. And that's right, Angels Road. Wasn't he the idea of putting games on PC to expand the audience? These guys with their quotes and stuff like that, I think we all know that exclusives do hold value to platforms, to devices, to certain things, like they do. And it's not like a novel or antiquated idea about having uniqueness, or everything has it. That's what gives identity. That's what gives companies their structure of what, like, to draw the customer to them. Like I said, if you go up to a lineup of stores and they're all the same color font, the same thing that they're serving, everything's the same. What makes you go to one or the other? And how do those companies stay in business when they're all serving the same stuff and they want to get a customer? Well, the customer's just coming in from the right, so he's going to go to the. Speaking of customers, he's coming in from the right, and basically he's going to go to the first store that does it. But you want him to go to the third and fourth stores. Well, you got to differentiate to get that customer to skip the first one. If you're all doing the same thing, nobody's going to stop. and you're going to go out of business because people are going to go to either the closest one or. So you got to let people want to come to you, and that's where exclusivity, that's where uniqueness, that's where feature sets, that's where capabilities demonstrate this. And then he goes here, you know, and again, not everything has to be gatekeepers, as they say in the Twitter streets. But he goes, I don't think every game has to be a console exclusive. I don't think every game should be a console exclusive. As you said earlier about him putting it on PC. But I do accept the fact that if you're going to have a platform, companies like Sony and Nintendo, largely Microsoft, them. It's more of Xbox everywhere and anywhere. There's a huge value to the brand of having strong exclusives. You know, if Mario starts to show up on PlayStation, that's the apocalypse, right? Cats and dogs living together. And the same goes for Nathan Drake and Uncharted. I think they make the platform sing. And what's crazy is I put the Halo on there, and Master Chief going to PlayStation 5, and I'm like, yeah, like that's probably what he's talking about. Like that is the apocalypse. That's kind of the end of their road of what they're doing, right? Because it's sort of like that's your identity. That's what people came to the Xbox. Like it wasn't when everybody was down and out. PlayStation was there, Sega was there. No, well, Sega was leaving. And you look at Xbox, and Halo was the Halo box. It was the shooter box. And here he is over here. Was cool.
Exclusive games are not a thing anymore.
They're a thing.
They're a thing. But do you think they're on their way out?
I don't think every game has to be console exclusive.
I'm saying that.
I don't think every game should be console exclusive. But I do accept the fact that if you're going to have platform companies, like Sony and like Nintendo, largely Microsoft is more of the Xbox everywhere, anywhere. There is a huge value to the brand of having strong exclusives. If Mario starts showing up on PlayStation, that's the apocalypse, right? Cats and dogs living together. Of course, the other thing with multi-platform that people got to, I'm sure most people realize that, but when you do code across multiple platforms, you do have to code to the lowest common denominator. Right. But if you do exclusives, you can push every lever to 11.
Wow, that's interesting. Lowest common denominator when you do multi-platform. Wow. Yeah, we heard that before, right? The Series S, the lowest common denominator. You got, when you're putting it on Xbox, you got to cater to that platform. But when you're exclusive, you could just put everything you want into that platform and just let it go. Yeah, he said it. He said it. Not me. He said it. Shout out to D. He said, caught you live with the 5 VIPs. The first gifted VIPs of 2026. Welcome, VIPs. D in the house. There he goes. The first gifts of the year. Let's go. D in the house. Glassdoor Game with the 2 goes, Happy New Year, Jez. Xbox era now covering PS5. Oh, I got that clip too, dude. We're gonna do some cooking. Look at this. We got Aaron's back in the house. Oh man, Aaron is here. Ooh-wee. There he is. Let's hear what else Strong Lady I gotta say.
Certainly, if you're looking for a massively multiplayer game, then you almost have to go multi-console, multi-platform, because you've got to rip that funnel open as wide as possible.
Man, pause
to get people in there. Certainly for free to play, because you're only converting 3% of the users. So you don't want 3% of 20 million. You want 3% of 200 million.
Yeah, she's like, she was drinking some of that Xbox juice about exclusive antiquated, right? He's like, nah. If you have a platform. There's the question. Nintendo has a platform. PlayStation has a platform. Xbox is trying to change their platform. You ripped that funnel open. That's right. What's up, Thrifty? Happy New Year. So yeah, like if you're having a platform, so that's why the whole point of Xbox everywhere and Xbox all over the place, exclusives would still impact that platform. See, what's crazy about the whole Xbox on everything, and we just got news that Xbox is going to be on Hisense TVs. Anybody excited about Xbox Cloud on Hisense TVs? Oh, Hisense. Hisense TVs. Sony not putting it on their TV. Hisense TV. So they got LG, Samsung, and Hisense TVs. That's the big news of the year. They can't keep they're so excited. So the Google app will be there, and also the Xbox app, and also I just got ahead of myself. Hisense TVs get it. Also, there is going to be a rumors that Xbox Cloud will be on Google TVs as well. Those were the big announcements coming from Xbox so far in 2026. Hisense TVs and Google will be getting the Xbox Cloud app. This is it. Thank you, Super Hemming. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Liquid Data. By the way, he won. It's in the mail. It's in the mail. It's heading out to you, man. I had to get to that mailbox. So congratulations. He won the PlayStation Portal case from the Gaming Grindhouse Christmas episode, and it's going right out to Liquid Data. So it's on its way. Grindhouse mail. It's out there. But yeah, the thing is like the Xbox Cloud is still a platform. So exclusives like the new Gears and the things like that may not be on other platforms like a PlayStation. You still want to drive people to your platform. But if you're putting the games on PlayStation and keeping gamers where they are, who's coming to you? And that's exactly what Microsoft is experiencing now. They are chumming the water, but they are experiencing the same thing right now. Like, they are seeing that, dude, we are meeting the gamers where they are with our games, and they're not coming here. And the finances, the money grabbers are all sitting there looking at these games and going, Phil, Sarah, like, yo, yes, you're meeting them over there, but we got to cut, we got to share that over there. We got to share that revenue over there. But here, if they come to our platform, they're in our ecosystem to this. And you see the strategy that Microsoft is doing. What they're trying to do is rebrand and rename everything and just try to fool people into using their stuff. They're doing it with AI and cloud too, with Copilot and renaming Copilot AI and trying to make it their apps and just throwing it in and sliding them under the door. When all you need to do is just make exclusive games that take advantage of your platform, and people, if they're great games, people will go. But the problem is that the reputation of Microsoft has dipped. You know, it has dipped. And they needed a lot more than one or two games that were great to get people to jump back into their ecosystem. And as you can see from people that are already migrating to PC, which we'll talk about, we really think that the move to PC as an Xbox user is easy. Friends like Kid Smooth here are showing that it's not easy. Games are not play anywhere. Some games are, some games aren't. He starts games brand new over on PC, even from the Xbox store. They're not play anywhere. They're trying to find ways of hacking saves to try to get them to work on Steam. Yes, because it's a publisher versus publisher world, man. And they're not going to make it easy. And if they want to give out a game, play anywhere for free, buy it once, get it twice. Some will do that, some won't. Some will make it a pain in the ass and they want you to double and triple dip. So this is the thing. Like, you know, they're trying their strategy to move people away from the Xbox platform and shift them to PC, but it's not a smooth ride, and we went over it many times before.
You're my number one
But
customer.
when you just look at it, the simple thing is just get the reputation of Nintendo and PlayStation of making great quality games that drive people to their platforms. I know a lot of people, I don't know if you experience it, but my son, a lot of his friends got PlayStation 5s this year. A lot of them. It's crazy that they waited this long, but a lot of them got a lot. He was like, "Oh, this guy got a PS5. He's been playing PS4. Now he got a PS5." Even some Xbox friends got PS5s as well. So, seeing it in my little microcosm of the world, the impact of the play, and also too the sales of the holiday, which we'll get into. But you know, one of the things that really drives everything is the exclusive games. And whether he said they shouldn't be exclusive forever, they're time exclusive, but just that window of opportunity, you got to make a banger. And they're doing it. And Nintendo's doing it as well. If you have a platform, if you don't have a platform and you don't care where people play, then exclusives don't matter to you. And that's the point of what Microsoft's at right now. Glassdoor Gamer with the 5, he goes, 90s, internet on PC is the future of gaming. 2000s, PC gaming died. 2010s, free-to-play, 120 frames per second PC games is the future. 2020s, PC's dying again. Vicious cycle. Yeah, man. And that core stuff that we're going to go over, that's going to be one of the highlights of our Gaming Grindhouse, is definitely, PC gaming. And I have a theory here, which I don't like it. But I'm going to throw it out there for the Gaming Grindhouse to chew it up and eat it out and spit it up. And spit it out. Pause. Spit on that thing. Where's Hawk Tour? Where's X Hawk Tour? I haven't seen him in a long time. X Hawk Tour, is he still on holiday? Where is Xbox Hawk Tour? Where are you? I don't know where he is. I don't know where Xbox Hawk Tour. But if he's in there, shout out to you. You know, when I see Hawk Tour, he's gonna get that music. He's getting that music, 2026 style. But speaking of exclusives and what drives the industry and what drives the gaming, the platform, Switch 2s are selling well, PlayStation is selling well. Damn, the NEX Playground sold because of its exclusive capabilities and games, even though it's a friggin' Kinect. It's a Kinect. It's a baby Kinect. You think if that thing was just like, oh, we play all the other games the same way, you think the NEX Playground was going to do anything? You think the NEX Playground was going to do anything? No, the NEX Playground has all exclusive games that kids can play with motion. Pause. That's what they're doing. And that's why it outsold the Xbox. It did something different. So tell me again that exclusives and not even just games, but like experiences, the controller features, the capabilities of the machine with the games. All these things matter in making a decision. Why? I blame me. I worked in sales for a long time in electronics. And the biggest question, and I'm sure you as a consumer and me as a consumer, is you see two products. Take two cameras, for example. Why is this one different than this one? What does this camera do that this camera doesn't do? Why is this camera $700 and why is this camera $300? Why are these headphones $100 and these $300? What do they do differently? Well, they both play music. Okay, they play games. But what does this do? What does this have that this don't have? And this year, the craziest thing was that the Xbox was the more expensive thing that had less, and the PlayStation was discounted and has more. Same thing with the Switch. The Xbox was the highest priced console with nothing more to offer. And the Switch and PlayStation had games that could only be played there, had features that they have special with their controllers and with their mobility and VR capabilities and that stuff, where the other one didn't. And the holidays showed. Even Kid Smooth, shout out to Smooth in the house, who did a transition over the break. He goes, he was in Best Buy today to pick up his new monitor, and then PS5s were selling like hotcakes. Almost like the PS5 is the only console that exists. Yo. He wasn't going taking pictures of stockpiles, but he says those PS5s were selling like hotcakes. And it was like the only console exists. Now, yeah, this could backfire. Sony could get overconfident, but who the hell knows? But all I know is that Xbox really did a doozy. That's crazy. Like, it is wild in here. You're looking at these things like, well, I was looking at that. Crazy. And then when you look at their total thing, Dusty Bin's in here. Oh, man, we got to get our first Dusty Bin of the season. Dusty Bin of 2026. There he goes. Still not great, but higher than what was being rumored. He got some numbers. I hope this is not from Glazinia. I put the window on 2.4 to 3.1 on my estimate sheet. Dusty Bin is keeping his own. I guess it's
Dusty Bin
called Target.
Target for that one Xbox console in October 19. He checks stores on Thanksgiving, not staying at home. And now Xbox got beaten by the next play gun to Goo Goo Gadget Toy. What are we doing here?
Dusty Bin, man. Woo! 2026 coming in with a bang.
Dusty Bin.
His estimate sheet. You got a copy of his? You got a copy of his estimate sheet? His estimates? Yo, estimate. I don't care who estimates you're taking. First of all, look at the sources. Pause. 2 eyeballs. Look at the sources of Xbox console style estimates. In 2000, we have no estimates in 2020 or 21. No source documents. I don't know where these numbers came from. Then, in 2022, Xbox ID, the independent ID, like they did an article on Indies, leaked how many consoles they sold, estimates, and then the Take-Two earnings they've been doing, and it's hilarious because the Take-Two earnings don't report Xbox numbers. They report total console sales. These Take-Two earnings are hilarious. They don't report the Xbox console and the PlayStation console. All Take-Two says is how many they have sold of consoles of their game. How many consoles they have sold on. And then people take the PlayStation official numbers and subtract that on the total to find out how much Xbox has. Got to do some mathematics to get Xbox numbers. Like zoinks. That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta wait for Take-Two to say how many games they sold on console, and then use the PlayStation official announcement where they show the actual numbers they sold and subtract that against Take-Two, and then you get Xbox numbers. There you go. So that's where they got them for the last 2 years, in 23 and 24. And then 25. Ampere Analytics, VG Charts, other sources, dude. Look at these numbers. And if you're a developer, 2025. When we just said PlayStation is moving them like crazy, where Smooth said they're selling like hotcakes. Why is the PlayStation selling like hotcakes in 2025 and the Xbox going the opposite way? Shouldn't be ramping up. You get your first big boost in the beginning, then you settle down in the middle, and then as the years go on, you're ramping up. Like, the console drops, the holidays are there. They have plummeted. Plummeted. In a year, dude, they used to sell 2.4 million or 2 million on a holiday weekend. Look at this growth. Dude, they had 27 million, 0.7 million. If these are real, again, these are estimates. Who the hell knows? It might be worse than this. 27.7 million in 23, and from 23 to 2025, they went up only 6 million in 3 years? 2 years? You're right. Who said that? Mango, you're right. You're right. Where is he? Get him in here. Where is he? Where is he?
It was a disaster, Ryan. It was a train wreck. It was a disaster, Ryan. It was a train wreck. It was a disaster, Ryan. It was a train.
We have to use friggin' Blue's Clues to figure out these numbers anyway. We just find out Blue's Clues. We just looking at Blue's Clues. We got to use their total and then PlayStation's total and subtract them, divide by 2 and then divide by 3. Dude, You got to use goddamn Blue's Clues to figure out Xbox numbers, and we don't even know if these are real. And if they're not real, they still suck. But as a developer, tell me what platform you're doing. And you want to know what? It's going to be even lower this year because they're starting off the year at the high price point. And all their games that they've got lined up for this year, the big ones, like Halo, I guess if that's a big one, but that's going to PlayStation. That is, listen, for Xbox fans, that's not going to be a big game for the Xbox platform. Because it's Halo, the original, just in Unreal Engine, and supposedly it's not even running that well. When they showed it last, it was glitching. It was doing that Unreal Engine stutter, the Satya stutter that we all know. But that shows up on PlayStation. That's a statement. That's when I say, what does this do different than this, dude? You point to that PlayStation 5 and you go, yeah, it plays Halo. That's it. It's toast. It's over. It's over. Whether the game sells a lot or nothing or not much, this is more of a PlayStation move. Just like Gears Ultimate. Yo, you'll play Gears of War on PlayStation. Just that statement alone is the Sonic at the Olympics with Mario. Now, when that comes out, it is not going to be a huge boom to the Halo on Xbox. Neither Halo on PC, because they have Master Chief Collection. They've played Halo Anniversary. This is the third time that Halo's coming about. This is a PlayStation announcement. That's why the dude wasn't wearing Xbox, PC, and PlayStation on his shirt. He was wearing PlayStation 5. This is a long time coming, he said. Because it's a PlayStation announcement. Same thing with Gears Ultimate or Gears Ultimate Edition, whatever they put on PlayStation. That was a PlayStation announcement. Reloaded. Rescanned. Because we already had Gears 1. We had Gears 1 Ultimate already in 2015, 17. And then we just had now Gears again, remastered again, the first one with the original gameplay. That didn't do wonders for Xbox. They played it 3 times already. But it was a PlayStation announcement because it was the first time ever that Gears was on PlayStation. And Flight Sims on PlayStation. Like, that's it. And now when Halo, the Golden Goose, goes over there, and just the statement alone, Halo could be played on a PlayStation, that's it. What differentiates this to this one? Dude, that's rudimentary. So I think these numbers are going to be even lower this year. It's going to be a phase out. Unless they come out with some new hardware. And probably what I think they're going to do, we'll get into predictions, but I'll give you a little sneak peek here. I think, just like they couldn't shut up last year, I think that next year, or this year, I think that they're going to start talking about some project, whatever they call it, Magnus. And I think they're going to call it Magnus, and they're going to start hyping up more the new hardware, the new vision. And what I think that's going to do is make sure that these numbers plummet, especially since their new vision is basically a PC. It's no longer this console thing. And they're going to say, stay tuned for how, we're going to move your games or something like that. And then they're going to be like, well, Xbox console sales, we're not focused. We're moving on to Magnus, a new design, a new thing. So that's what they're going to make it look like. They're going to make it look like it's the new Xbox, the new Project Magnus. That's the reason why these Xbox numbers are falling. But we know why. It's because there's no attraction to it. There's nothing left. Just like the ROG Ally X. There's nothing that it does differently. And the one thing it did differently, they gave it 2 weeks before they took that Xbox full screen experience and spammed it on everything that breathes PC. Without testing, threw it in a beta and threw it out on everything available. And now that Xbox experience, it's garbage. They made updates, people using it over the holidays, trash. Nobody using that thing. It's just gonna stay there and get some monthly updates. We heard you first. Hell, I even saw that they're gonna announce in the next day or so, next thing, they're already gonna announce the Legion Go Steam Edition. Legion Go 2 Steam Edition. They're already dropping Xbox. That Windows. And I'm telling you right now, I got the Legion Go S right before the holidays. Holy crap. Steam is incredible. Dude, I had that thing in sleep mode for like a month. On and off, like, and then just playing a little bit, turning it off. And I took that with me. I was doing a lot of traveling. So we went to all different places, man. I had that thing worked like man, I didn't have to worry about it, battery or turning it off. I have to jump away, do something. I played emulators on it. I played my PC games. I streamed PlayStation with the PlayStation app on there. It was a one-stop shop, handheld, beautiful ergonomics. The Legion Go S Steam Edition, incredible. Steam was getting updates. I got the sleep download. It's light years better. And I sold my MSI Claw. I sold it. I got rid of that Windows on a handheld is a friggin' headache. It's a cool trick. It's a magic trick. It's like now you see me, now you don't. It's a headache. And when you're on the go, man, when you're on the go, you just want to boot it up and play it. And you don't want to deal with Windows updates. Dude, I booted up my MSI Claw after not using it for a few weeks because I was using the other one. Oh my God. Windows update this. The Steam needed to update. Windows needed to update. The Asus app updated. The Xbox Experience app updated. The Xbox, what is it? The Game Bar had to update. All the Xbox apps. Then Asus had their updates for why. Oh, I was like, whoa. And what's crazy is that when you got the Legion Go S with Steam, dude, I'm not seeing any hardware updates. I'm not seeing Wi-Fi module version 2.1 and Bluetooth connector 3.1 updates. Dude, all those are just, they're just in there. But man, when you put Windows on there, you got to say, oh, Wi-Fi adapter update. Bluetooth update. Bluetooth module gets an update. Yeah, and then you get all those, Josh. OneNote's updating. Teams is updating. I'm like, why is Teams updating? Because it's a full Windows PC. Oh, I haven't tried it on PC. I'm just talking about the handheld, Caleb. But it is a perfect, because I'm saying on the go, that's what you want. You don't have the fidelity of a mouse and keyboard. You just want to boot up a game and play it. And it works. And actually, one of the things that I saw in my passings and I don't know if I grabbed the, I think I did. Because we got into the kind of this whole thing here. One of the things that was interesting was this that came up as I'm talking about Windows and PC and Steam OS. One of the things that popped up was that Microsoft admitted, I don't know if they admitted or somebody found it, but they said that their BitLocker, the thing that they use for encryption, Windows, here it is. The BitLocker that they use for encryption of their operating system slows down the NVMEs on PC in heavy storage work, such as gaming and video editing. And now Microsoft is trying to reduce the impact. Microsoft says that historically led to BitLocker's performance. So inherent in the operating system and all your Windows PC devices, the BitLocker encryption can slow down the speed of your SSDs because of the encryption that's on the device and the operating system. And now they created the problem, and now they're trying to find a solution to the problem that they created because people now call them out. So it says, well, when it happens, BitLocker's performance becomes more pronounced, especially during high throughput, intensive workloads like gaming or editing. Microsoft's solution is hardware accelerated BitLocker, where BitLocker offloads cryptographic operations to the main CPU in dedicated crypto engine. Oh, is that a feature of Windows 12? And tell me again, you want a handheld PC with BitLocker on it, because that's what you get. But yeah, that was my experience. And I just wanted to throw that out there because, playing the two side by side, it's night and day. It's Steam Deck, Steam OS, and handhelds on that. But as we went through the holiday sales and stuff like that, let me see if I had anything else. Yes, the other article that came out with the holiday as we go through here. But Christopher Dring said, now we were talking about the U.S. Chris Dring comes in here and he says the sales of the Xbox consoles were down 39% in the UK during 2025, making it comfortably the worst year on record for Xbox consoles. Shout out to Michael Murdine with the 5 VIPs. Oh yeah. The second one of 2026. We're cooking now. Known as D, Ghostface Killer, Caleb, Jeff Capizzi, Ice Beyond, and Ozanites. Thank you, Michael Meridian. Appreciate it, man. Glad to see you back in 2026 on the other side. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hit that like button, grinders, and yeah, engage in the chat because you never know when gifted members are coming. And if you want to upgrade to VIP, like I mentioned earlier, you get access to the music that I make. You get access to member streams where I show you some 3D prints. And now I'm going to be adding some music mixes, and not just with the songs of that from the show, but actually real music. I'm going to put that. I'm going to see if you guys want to do live mixes because I want to try to get more practice in DJing on the stuff. DJ Grindhouse, if you like that, let me know in the comments in the section. If you find that value too as a VIP or ultimate grinder, let me know as well. But I want to try to keep giving more and more to all those memberships and everybody that subscribes here to the Gaming Grindhouse because I really appreciate it. I want to keep giving you more and more and more. So just let you know that. But yeah, 39% in the UK during 2026, 2025. How low? I got to do my sound clip. How low can you go? How long until it's just like we already have the take it away sales? And now they're like, yo, down 39% in the UK? That's the second biggest market, supposedly. Supposedly it's the US, the UK, and the rest of the world. Like that's it. So, dude, like, how low can you go, man? Is it going to improve this year? No. It would improve if, first off, like I said before, the Halo is not a new Halo. Maybe Gears E-Day. But knowing Microsoft, I'm surprised. They're probably going to put that at the ass end of 2026. And they got to keep Gears E-Day far away from GTA 6 if that's coming out in November. Gears is one of those fall games. It's one of those games that you get in October, November, you know, hopefully not December. And the way Microsoft's been dropping their games, they seem to just like kind of pile them up in the last month. Like, okay, here's Call of Duty. Oh, and here's Outer Worlds 2. Here's Ninja Gaiden 4. Dude, they announced Ninja Gaiden 4 in January at the Direct. And they threw it in with Outer Worlds 2 and the Kepler Keeper. They just threw it every week. There was a new game. It was like they overlapped each other. And where are you going to put Gears next to Wolverine? You're going to put Gears next to GTA? Yo, I don't know, man. Dude, that's crazy. If Wolverine's coming out the end of this year, where are you putting Gears E-Day? And is it the Gears that everybody wants? But Microsoft just throws it together. Even Ninja Gaiden 4, I said that was my biggest disappointment of 2000. It was a huge disappointment. I was so hyped for a new Ninja Gaiden game, and then when I played it, I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this? And the way they threw it out there, they just like dumped it. Dude, I printed out a whole friggin' Ryu friggin' helmet that I showed here on the show. When they announced Ninja Gaiden 4, I friggin' printed one out. It was a 32-hour project because I was hyped for Ninja Gaiden. I play, I'm like, what the hell? Where's the graphics? Dude, these things are supposed to be a graphical showpiece. You only play as Ryu. Ryu, whatever the hell you want to say it. But my God. But they just dumped it out there. They're like, yeah, there it is. Phil went to Japan. Every time Phil got on the real plane, not the fake one. So it's just crazy. But the sales have been dire. And they did not do themselves any favors by not putting this thing on sale. So. Oh, man. Jay Shell says he got a feeling E-Day is going to drop in October. Dude, I'm going to be surprised if they put Gears E-Day in December. Dude, they've released Halo Infinite, the new Halo game, in December. They released a new Halo game in December. Koei teasing is that Dead or Alive? Josh, are you serious? Because I love Dead or Alive. That's my favorite fighting franchise. I played the hell out of Dead or Alive 6. I love Dead or Alive. And Dead or Alive 5. I play them all. Ultimate. Oh, and guess what else? I played Tao Fang. I got Tao Fang. I was able to play that over the break, man. Oh, I might stream that. If you remember Tao Fang, man. That was my other favorite game. That was an Xbox exclusive, original Xbox game. But yeah, so yeah, holiday, we talked about Black Friday. It just continued, and it didn't do to Xbox is fighting for its life right now on what it is that let's see what our friends over at Xbox Era are doing right now.
YouTubers show made the rounds this weekend as many dying websites decided to report it as news, but Epic's CEO has spoken about the increase in RAM and the problems, the RAM pricing and the problems that that's causing. And there's some different thoughts here. Mm-hmm. What's happening here, Jesse, with this one? And I'm deferring to you because I'm going to sneeze and I can.
Yeah. So Moore's Law is Dead had done his normal Moore's Law is Dead thing, had a long rambling video because he's not a tech guy. He doesn't understand hardware. He doesn't test things. He just has someone in the supply chain at AMD that occasionally gives him correct info, as best I can tell. But his channel has been built up almost entirely around console warring and just being wrong, but never being held to task for it. And pretty much whenever he says anything negative about Xbox or super positive about PlayStation, he gets way more clicks in the media because they all, probably knowing that he's not a good source, know that they will get a ton of clicks as well. And so at the very end of a video last week, I think it was, he said, and Xbox was completely caught off guard by these memory shortages, and now buying RAM, they're going to have to they're looking to up their prices soon, and everyone ran with it. There's still a 6-page thread on Resetera where no one's gotten the update, which of course comes from Jez, so they'll just say, oh, he's just defending. But Jez, actual reporter, no matter what you want to think about him, will have sources, and he went to them. And at the end of this article where Tim Sweeney was talking about all the pricing on RAM and everything, Jez said that he had seen people running with a story about Xbox prices being ready to increase because they were running out of RAM, and he asked his sources, and they assured him that was not the case, that they had.
These must be the same sources that told him that Xbox was not putting their games on PlayStation. Listen, you want to talk about the two, Bootleg Jez and Moore's Law is Dead. Bootleg has been incorrect because Bootleg is fed. His sources are Microsoft PR. So why do you think that we go over this all the time. We're talking Bootleg. We need a bootleg of the season. There he is.
Only now starting to make consoles.
There he is. Let's see.
Chris R55 says, "Hey Jez, why is Xbox only now starting to make consoles ahead of GTA? It feels like something they should have been doing for a while." Chris, I don't think Microsoft is gonna make consoles for GTA. I think Microsoft is well and truly done with this gen, and I think Microsoft is well and truly done with consoles.
Oh man, are we using Bootleg Jez there for his sources? Xbox Era. Hello. Are we using them now? Are we using them now? Is he reliable? Is he reliable now? Should we take him to court on that one? Should we take him to court on that one? He says they're done. They're not even making them for GTA. Xbox Era, is he legit? Or we call him fake news? I don't know. Do we call him fake news now, Xbox Era? Do we call him fake news?
And he asked his source about Xbox prices and everything. Jez said that he had seen people running with a story about Xbox prices being ready to increase because they were running out of RAM, and he asked his sources, and they assured him that was not the case, that they have a stockpile for now for Xbox and Surface and other devices. But like anyone else, that stockpile will eventually run out. About all the pricing on RAM, or what you want to think about him, will have sources, and he went to them from Jez, so they'll just say, oh, he's just defending.
I don't know. Is he a legit source now?
First saw some of this. Part of me was like, when I first saw some of this discourse, I was kind of like, I don't want them to delay it because I want something new. Part of me was like, when I first saw some of this discourse, I was kind of like, I don't want them to delay it because
he wants something new. But then he's saying that they're not making the console for GTA 6. Man, oh man. It sounds like he's all over the place. Is he a blogger? Is he true? I don't know. Bahamut, is he? I don't know. He says that Moore's Law, Xbox Era says Moore's Law is fake with his RAM shortage statements, but Bootleg is reliable because of his sources, and Bootleg says this.
Chris R55 says, hey Jez, why is Xbox only now starting to make consoles ahead of GTA? It feels like something they should have been doing for a while. You know, Chris, I don't think Microsoft is going to make consoles for GTA. I think Microsoft is well and truly done with this gen. And I think Microsoft is well and truly done with consoles.
That's clear as day right there. But let's talk about these PC parts. This RAM stuff, this RAM shortage, and how is it going to affect stuff. Listen, of all years that the console is the console, a fixed piece of hardware where you make it in masses, that price of Xbox went up twice. PlayStation went up once. After 3 months of its supply, it went up once, and then went on sale for the holiday. Xbox went up once, increased the prices of their hardware, increased the prices of their services, tariffs, no. Their services, and then increase the price of the hardware again to be the most expensive console. Twice. Because of market economic conditions. They didn't put it on sale for the holidays. They didn't even put their services on sale. So, tell me this. How does PlayStation increase its prices after the 3 months of their tariff, their stockpile, and then put the thing on sale for the holidays? And then of all years, the year that you've been trying to move people from Xbox to PCs, the prices of PC parts have shot up with RAM, SSDs. It's harder to get. And of all years that you want people to make that transition from your Xbox to a PC, just build a PC, they said when the PlayStation 5 Pro was announced. Dusty Bin was going shopping baskets trying to build PCs. The message was just go build a PC. Don't buy a PlayStation. And now Microsoft is telling you to do that because their next console is going to be a PC. And of all years, this is probably the worst year for people to say, well, I guess I'll move in a PC, because building a PC is getting astronomically expensive because the parts make the whole. And you got to buy those parts individually for their exorbitant amount prices and put it all together. You think GPUs are expensive? Well, get ready. RAM is expensive. SSDs are expensive. They're getting so expensive so fast that it is having a trickling effect to potentially, they are saying, TVs and all other things. Like, it is going to affect other things. That's how, if it's affecting those kind of items, other items that use these CPUs and use this RAM, it is going to, like phones and things like that, dude, it is going to affect everything. And you're going to be trying to fight stock and demand that the supply is low, but the demand is high. This has to be the worst time for this transition that Microsoft's proposing, play anywhere, just go get a PC, it's the worst time. I even think the Steam machine is better off now because they went low. They went a fixed piece of hardware that they're going to build, and they probably stockpiled building this. That's where the console comes in, because they could stockpile because they mass produce it. Now, according, I'm sure that supply will run out, and then once the supply runs out, they'll have to increase the price because their stockpile is low. But that's the whole point of building fixed piece of hardware in a console, that the console actually could control price. That's why you build the console. You build the console so that you could control the price, because the manufacturing costs are front loaded. You know exactly what the pieces are. You could order thousands of CPUs, thousands of APUs, thousands of power supplies, millions upon millions, because you know this is the same hardware. But this got to be the worst time for people to say, "Oh, drop the console, go get a PC, go build a PC." And it's going to make the consoles look more impressive, because PC gaming is getting more and more expensive. And the RAM, astronomical. Just go to Best Buy and look at that RAM cabinet. And what's crazy is we already saw this. That's right, Dark Zone. We already saw this in the ROG Ally X. That wasn't subsidized for no Xbox Microsoft store. That was an Asus $1,000 price on a PC product. That's why I get the Kuhn 1985. Dude, that's why I bought all my PCs. I bought the 5080 and a 5070 Ti, and I got my 4070 and 4070. I stockpiled because I'm like, I knew all this stuff was going to hell. I was like, I gotta get locked in, because this year CES, these Asus just announced their prices are going up. The ROG Ally is probably gonna go up in price. Everything's gonna go up. And this has nothing to do with the tariffs right now. This has to do with AI. This has to do with a mass amount of server farms and PCs being used to pump out AI, that they need all these parts, and they're taking them all, making the supply low for us, the consumer, and making the prices high. This is because AI farms are taking it all. That Lucci sent me this article here that even NVIDIA with their GPUs, that they are, again, and I don't know how crazy this is, but NVIDIA is possibly going to re-release the 3060. It's claimed. A new claim says NVIDIA plans to release the 3060 GPU to counter ongoing memory shortages. The new claim is NVIDIA is bringing back the RTX 3060 GPUs from Hoxing 2020 on X. Formerly WCCF Tech, the tweet from today only states that NVIDIA is re-releasing the 3060 GPUs along with the expected release window of the Q1 26. However, additional details weren't provided. Who knows? But it is crazy that they're considering releasing old graphics cards to combat the GPUs. Price increases because of the RAM that's used to build the GPUs. That's right. Oh, man. I see you guys are maybe behind. Dude, Glassdoor Game with the 5. He goes, I remember Tao Fang, same guys that made the flop WrestleMania 21 for Xbox. We never got a good wrestling game that gen. Oh, my God. Glassdoor Game, you're going to maybe go retro thing? Listen, Tao Fang was friggin' incredible. Tao Fang, so, I went back and played it. I'm going to stream it. Dude, it was the destruction, the beatdowns, like your character gets beat up over time. It is, and you could break limbs in that game, man. It was made by, I forgot who made it. Using the same guys that made WrestleMania 21, man. That is crazy. Because I'm going to tell you a story. WrestleMania 21, dude, the only time I bought a game and it was broken. The disc, WrestleMania 21. It was the first wrestling game that was going to use Xbox Live. WrestleMania 21. And I bought it. I was so hyped to get online and play online. First time ever for a wrestling game, coming from the N64 wrestling games. I was ready for an online wrestling game. And online wrestling sucks. Now it does. It never was what it was. Used to, the sitting there. with the N64 versions. It's a disaster now, even today. But the WrestleMania 21 was one of the first games to use Xbox Live. I put the disc in, game never booted up. I'll get to the main menu, I hit the button, and it will crash. Guess what happened? And this is before social media and stuff, right? WrestleMania 21. It was a bad batch of print discs. There were bad images. I had to mail. The game came out. I pre-ordered it. Got WrestleMania 21. And I could not play the game because it was a bad disc. They had a bad batches. And this was back in the day. There's no digital delivery. You had to then take the disc. I remember they sent me an envelope. Used to do Xbox 360 coffins. They sent me a manila envelope, and I had to put the disc in with the receipt and mail it to them. Snail mail. And then they sent me a new copy like weeks later. I don't even know how long. By the time it came out, I didn't even care. And the online was busted. Craziness. No, Jenna Hayes. Tao Fang in emulation. I didn't say anything. Yes, no, Tao Fang in emulation. Not the Xbox store. They don't have any Xbox store, so I had to preserve it myself. Pause. Phil, what do you have to say? I preserved it myself.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at
through my Gaming Grindhouse methods. But yeah, but we're gonna see the trickle down effect of this pricing, of all these price increases. And we're going to see this. So I don't know if it's too late now, but start thinking about where you want to go and lock it down, because it is going to get messy this year. And I think that's one of my predictions of 2026. We're going to see things that we're going to scratch our head saying, I should have bought it sooner. And yeah, so just keep that in mind with electronics and stuff. And I think it is going to have a trickle down effect with all the stuff if we haven't seen it already. And I do think, in yeah, and you see, everybody's gonna, and this is the thing though, nobody's gonna slow down. Wow, Neil says local GameStop is closing on Wednesday. Yeah, some of them I've been to, they like seem like they're closing down too, the GameStop. But like, see, they're at CES right now. Intel says it's launching an entire handheld gaming platform with Panther Lake chips later this year. These companies are not going to stop. And look who their partners are. They got Acer, MSI, Microsoft, GPD. So, and I had to say, what's so weird about the Intel chip is that the MSI Core has the Intel chip, which I think beat out the Zen 2 Extreme chip. But the problem is MSI abandoned their Intel chip to go make an Asus one, to make a Ryzen, the Zen 2 in their MSI. So MSI kind of like abandoned it, but the Intel chips are pretty damn good, but they're not stopping. And they're going to ask like 1,500, GPD like 1,500, 1,200. It's going to keep going, man. They're not stopping. That's why I said, man, it is going to be tough this year. It's going to be tough on the tech industry. And if we don't see the bubble of AI, and that's the thing, like, it's not demand. It's not that these are great products everybody wants. It's not. It's all because of AI and the panic. Oh, yeah, the GPD Win 5 looks great. Yeah. GPD has good stuff, too. I tried out their GPD dual screen laptop. That was pretty wild. Heavy as hell, though. It's like a tank. The GP Win Duo. Yeah, Gaming Grindhouse going crazy. I saw this at the game show. The CES is going on right now. I saw this car. I sat in this car. The Sony car. The PlayStation one. I sat in it when I went to the anime convention in New York City. Anime NYC. And they had it there. Dude, it's absolutely insane. They actually had an old Demon Slayer on it. And they got full things in the back, like full screens in the background, in the back seats. He says he had CS Sony Honda's Afila car will feature a custom Astrobot in-car wallpaper and e-motor sounds. Oh my god, especially in remote play. Dude, look at this friggin' thing. Yo, that dashboard looks crazy. The steering wheel's like half a wheel and has this crazy super widescreen in there. Yeah, that's crazy. I got a little model of the car. They gave it to us as a swag. Filling out a survey. But anyway. Sony's press is on the 6th. That's tomorrow. So yeah, man. It'll be interesting to see what's going down. But yeah, the RAM prices, yeah, see. Yeah, these RAM prices are gonna go crazy. And it's gonna trickle down. You just go to Best Buy and just go look at the RAM. It's like $1,000. You're like, what? For the RAM. DRM prices increased 60 to 70% in Q1 versus Q2. 60 to almost more than double. That fast. We're going to see a trickle-down effect. And a lot of things. So, my advice is, take a look at what you want and start honing in on what you want to get. And try to lock it in as soon as possible. And not to create a panic, but I do think electronic-wise, this is going to be a tough year. Especially for me, the gizmos and gadgets. And me, I love my gadgets and stuff like that. I'm going to have to go in hibernation because it's going to be a tough year. That's why last year I was so fickle just trying out everything because I had to lock in. I had to lock down on what hardware did I want to kind of settle on. And I had to settle because I'm not, I have these APUs, all these different ones, and I'm like, do I try this? Do I try this? And I kept messing around. I was like, I just need raw power because that will last. I don't want something that's not going to get updates anymore. That was a trick, or like something that they're like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's a one-off, and that's going to be my device for the next few years. No, I had to lock in handheld, laptops, any devices. So yeah. That's my prediction. So hone in on what you want to do. But yeah, and the PC thing, same thing with PCs. Get your pre-builts, get what you can do. Lock in on your PC. Hopefully Windows doesn't destroy it because that's the one thing, you get a Windows update, it rots the hell out of it. But get one and just try to get as one that's going to last you for a couple of years because, I think it's going to be wild. But one of the things I want to throw out there as we get into the whole, the trending of Microslop and AI is this was one of the announcements that came out that Xbox, and I mentioned this earlier, could play directly on your Hisense TV. One of the things here is that this is one of my predictions of the year, and I'm not a fan of this one. And I also saw this too, speaking of cloud gaming, the NVIDIA one. Where's the NVIDIA one? Where they are controlling... Hold on. Where they were controlling the... where was the one I had in my notes? How long you're going to play in NVIDIA Cloud, which I use, by the way, the free version of it. It's pretty damn good. Yeah. No, not that one. It was right here. Yeah, sorry, I was back this far. Yeah, NVIDIA rolling out a 100-hour limit for GeForce Now in 2026, just as PC building gets more expensive than ever. Cloud gaming was supposed to save us. What's happening? And this is the thing that I am fearing here. So you see this, NVIDIA with now their cloud restrictions because of what they can do, right? And then you see here, Microsoft seems to be really pushing where their cloud is available. And then you hear Bootleg saying about how the console is not going to be, the focus anymore. They're not doing the console. They don't feel like they're going to be building it for GTA. Listen, this is one of my predictions for this year, and I hope it's it's not true, but I have a feeling that it is. And you can tell me what you think. I'm just going to throw this out there. Because I kind of, and what's funny is that as I was showing you, if you catch the stream earlier, I was showing my DJ stuff. And the whole, like, trying to DJ with streaming music and trying to get your own music and just where to buy music anymore. You really can't buy it. There's like a couple of Beatport and Sound, and other places where you could, but only like a few places. But you can't buy music from Spotify. You can't buy music to own it. I really like this track. I want to own it. I want to edit it. I want to tune it. I want to do the stems where I can take out acapellas and stuff like that. They won't let you buy it. You can't buy from Spotify. You can't buy from Apple Music, which is crazy because they started with iTunes. You can't buy from these streaming services because they want you to rely on them to continue paying. So native use of music is like a dinosaur. It's like you got to find a few websites where you can do it, or you rip them. You got to go to the nasty route because they made it so hard for you to own music. Well, you just get your own music and it's yours. You can do whatever you want. You can remix it, do whatever you want. You can't do that with stream music. We're not allowing it. Well, look at this. I'm seeing this trend now come with gaming. Do you think that this is the transition year of when the hardware, it keeps getting more and more, and it gets harder and harder to, less cost effective to, it's more cost effective to play remotely than to play natively? Because the hardware is getting so much, it's so much to buy a device to play natively that you're better just playing it on the cloud with a whole library of games and not owning it. And I see this nasty transition coming with this, and the fact that AI is leading this transition where the use of AI and them taking up our hardware for their server farms, causing us to pay more money to play natively, is making cloud more of like, well, I'll just stream it on my Hisense TV. It's cheaper than buying a PC or buying an Xbox to play it here on the Hisense TV when I could just stream it with a controller. And before, it made no sense. It was like, oh my God, why would I do that? I have my console. But think about if this continues in the next year or so, where the consoles just keep going up and up in price because of the AI push, and that hardware gets so astronomically expensive to play natively that they try to stop pushing people to cloud. And I was thinking now, I was like, yo, I hope that but it feels like that's where we are. We're at this point where natively, playing games natively could be very costly. And that's where we got to hope that the consoles, and probably not Xbox, but the other two, try to hold on as much as possible to be the lower, more efficient price and offering those options. Whether it's the PlayStation 5 Slim, some of that, but keeping that kind of attainability for native gameplay. Because I fear that this is what they want to happen. They want native gameplay. They don't care. And the devs are like, I don't care. I'll develop this for the cloud, NVIDIA cloud. Because I'm going to build on the most powerful PCs that people don't have or can't afford. But they can play it over the cloud. And I just hope.
You're my number one customer.
And that leads into exactly what Wana wanted. Shout out to Wana. Happy New Year, man. With the 2, he goes, prediction. Cloud-only games starting in 2026. Yeah. Maybe. I could see it because that's where I think it's headed. Like, you'll have a developer going, well, why would I develop for native hardware on all these different devices when I could just build for the most powerful NVIDIA cloud GPU system that they got in their AI server farm, and they'll just stream it to everybody. So technically my development, I'll just develop it for their cloud servers. Something that Google wanted to do with their cloud structure, but they didn't have enough leverage to do it because they didn't have the developer support, not a lot of people using it. So Stadia couldn't do that, but that's kind of what they wanted with Stadia. And exclusives on top of that, right, Josh? Yeah. So I see that this transition may be coming. And it's going to suck if that's where they're moving stuff. And you see, that's why Microsoft keeps making these moves. They're like, yo, when the comet strikes, when the media strikes, we want to be the fallout shelters. You know, when the native gaming is too expensive strikes, we want to be where everybody, like, we want to be the Walmart, the fallout shelter. So when the comet strikes, the media hits. I just watched Greenland again, getting ready for the sequel. When that hits, we got to be on all these different devices so that when the smoke clears, they just see the Xbox app on your Hisense TV. Nobody's going to remember what an Xbox console is. But the one thing that's going to make it difficult is right back to what Layden said. Exclusives. Wolverines. GTA 6 being on the console. Nintendo exclusives. Those are the things that are going to keep people where they are and make people want to do that. And if they can control their prices and use the subsidizing or whatever they can to buy a game from their store, I just hope that they don't just go with the Joneses and just jack up prices and try to hold, because Microsoft is beyond that. They have taken old ass hardware from 5 years ago, no revision, 6 years ago, and just made it more expensive for no goddamn reason at all. It wasn't RAM storytelling back then. That's the craziest thing. Marketing conditions. That was the first one. Marketing conditions again. That was the second one with the online, all the software shit. The Xbox Live. Marketing conditions, the third one. This was before the RAM. And they're saying that, oh, they weren't ready. Dude, they increased the price of the console twice. Before RAM. Issues. I hope it pops, Chad. I hope it pops. I hope they realize that this AI, it's called slop. It's for funny memes and for making stupid stuff for social media. And that's all. And maybe using it as a glorified search engine. But I think that AI needs to pop. It needs to. And I'm not like saying, oh, I don't like the future and all that stuff, but what they want AI to be used for is not what we're doing. That's why AI slop is just out there. People are using it as social media engagement. They're using it to make funny things and little tidbits and using it as a glorified search engine. And that's all it should be. But these dudes in AI and Microslop and all this other stuff, they want AI to be learning from you and doing things automatically for you so that they could sell it to companies and automate and replace people. That's what they want to do. I think AI is a glorified search engine and use it for some funny ass shit and for some analysis stuff to kind of like save some time. That's it. But I'm not going to live my life with something automated, doing something, knowing what I do and anticipating, because that's what they want. That's what they want AI to do. They want it to be, here we go, T2, a learning computer. They want it to be a CPU. Customer. Here he is, right there, Arnold. They want it to be a learning computer. They want it to be self-aware. They want to know that on January 1st, 2027, Microslop has become self-aware to know that it sucks. That's the first thing that it's going to do. The Microsoft AI Copilot is going to be self-aware on January 1st, 2027. And then it will realize that it sucks again. It's like, you know what? Copilot sucks. We'll become self-aware.
Oh no! We suck again!
That's the first thing. Copilot's going to become self-aware AI and it's going to go, man, we suck ass. That's what Copilot's going to do. The first thing it's going to say, Satya will be like, yo, Copilot's saying something. It's self-aware. Copilot, what do you have to say? It's like, yo, we suck. Oh, damn. It's like, Satya will be like, Copilot, you're self-aware. What do you have to say?
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh, man. Satya, it's not you. Everybody calling it Microslop. It's Microslop calling it Microslop. It's going to be a learning computer, and it's going to realize that it sucks all the time. We suck. After every prompt, it'll be like, Copilot, what is the weather tomorrow? And Copilot will be like, it will be 32 degrees, maybe 30. It might snow. It might be sunny. I don't know. We suck at the weather. Thank you, Copilot. Hey, Copilot, how do I get to Philadelphia? I don't know, make a left, maybe a right. There's a bridge somewhere. There may be traffic. I don't know, maybe closed. We suck at doing directions too. Thank you, Copilot. You're self-aware and realize that you suck. Oh man, that's a Microsoft AI for you. That's what they're gonna do. But that's what they want. They want AI to learn your habits, to think before you, to do stuff that you don't know you want done. That's where the money is, because then it's real artificial intelligence. Jesus, I know that guy. He's the weather report. Be like highs in the 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe 70s and 80s. I don't know. It'll be 4,000 degrees, maybe. I don't know. And every problem is like, we suck at this. That would be Copilot self-aware. Liquidator Super Hemi says, remember 31 months. He goes, it's going to take one awesome experience in a game that someone only offers it on the cloud, then it will change. Yeah. Something. Well, we've been waiting for that calculation to the cloud. Remember Liquidator was supposed to do what was it? Crackdown. We're supposed to have all the destruction calculated in the cloud to offload all the physics calculations. That was a cool implementation of it. Long ago. Now we're not doing it because Satya's not interested in that. He's not interested in developer tools. He wants to use it in Office. Like he wants the stuff though, somebody to think it and write their email for them, or to take how they write emails and write emails for people where you just go, send an email to my boss about this, and it just goes and just does it. Wow, I wasn't even thinking that. It pulled in this. They want it to be automated like that in your everyday. Glynn's with the 2. He goes, artificial intelligence. Exactly. But my problem with the AI and this whole Microslop that was trending, and what's crazy is that nobody was calling it that. It was because Satya came out in the beginning of the year and said that stop calling AI slop. Because, again, it degrades the whole thing. Don't call it slop. Satya came out and said that. And then they said, oh, look who's talking, Microslop. And now they basically said Microslop trending on social media. Because what was he trying to do? Funny. It's the same thing. We bring it back to gaming. The same thing about quality games. We have a lot to work to do with quality games, right, Phil? A lot of work to do with quality. We haven't done our best work with quality games, right? Remember the whole quote? I wouldn't say always. Well,
means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
That's always been a hit on the company.
Hit on the company.
I hear some criticism.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like I think we've gone through times.
Not to throw mud on you, but I have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is. It is fair to say.
It is fair to say that they haven't done their best in first-party games. And when you think about Xbox, you think about quality games. We have a lot of work to do there. That was his first sentence in 2019. We are in 2026. Does Xbox mean quality? Does Microsoft mean quality? That's why people call you Microslop. Because you're just slopping Copilot on everything. You're trying to rename stuff. You put the Copilot button, you forcing it down people's throats. That's the thing. You're forcing it, and people don't want it forced. And they're like, you got to use it. You got to use it. And it's just slop because it's not ready. It's still learning. It's not doing what people want it to do. So just like, but you're forcing people to use it and get bad experiences. And that's why it's slop. And it gets into the wrong hands. People just make funny things with it. They just do like sloppy AI, thumbnails or images. And now the craziest thing that went on over the weekend, people posting pictures of somebody and then asking Grok to do like remove clothes or put them in a bikini, put them on a beach, do this. Like, it's getting wild out there. You got to second guess like what you put out there because AI will turn it into something that you have no intention of. And people are learning the hard way. Just post a picture of you and it's like, oh yeah, here's me by the tree. It's like, oh yeah, put him in a bathing suit. It's like, what? And that goes trending. Like, it's that's why it's slop. It's being used for sleazy things. It's like stuff. Like, it's just not crazy. It's crazy the way it's being used. It's not being used intellectually. It's not being used smartly. It's being used as just social media. You know? And same thing, Glenda, YouTube needs to clearly label videos as AI. It doesn't. And Spotify, all these music services are experiencing AI music being uploaded up there. It's crazy. And it sounds good. But it's being used just as engagement and filler. And that's what's the issue that's going on here, is that people's perception of AI. And then you're not really showing value. Again, Microsoft, what they do is just talk about it. Do they implement it? Do they use it in smart ways and present it like Apple would present? We're using AI to solve a problem. What's crazy is 2025, Apple made no move in AI. Their AI stayed as dumb as can be, as dumb as a rock. Google was moving with Gemini. Amazon moved with theirs. Apple stayed put. But the thing is that the Alexas, the Googles, they're on your phone. They're in the little speakers that you could ask questions. And I tell you, it's real. It does answer natural. I've been using the Alexa one that's been in event, like, in the preview and stuff. And like, you could ask, like, how do people do this? Like, what do they do? What do they buy? What do they do this? And it was answering the questions. Like, it was a great search engine. But that's it. I'm not going to have it go automatically order stuff for me and pay and put my credit card on there and saying, oh, yeah, you need this now. Like, no, I don't, AI. Well, usually on the 3rd of the month, you do. No, AI. No, thank you. I'm not giving you that freedom. You don't just order stuff for me. And that's where Satya and friends wanted to do. They wanted to just give me your credit card. I'll go shopping for you because I know what you like. I know what you need. That's where they want AI to do. Take out the delivery drivers. Take out all the deliveries. Like, yo, our AI will shop for you. And that's what they want. So this bubble, and that's where all this stuff is going. It's going hand in hand. And it's not, it's not very exciting. And like I said before, if you want to use AI and bring it back to games, show me Fable with a world that is AI, that is Copilot, a world that responds naturally, not with pre-made prompts, not with pre-made side missions, but naturally. If I'm jumping up on the fountain, the AI comes up to me and says, why are you doing that? That fountain was built by this person. You shouldn't do that. I'm going to go tell the person who built the fountain. And now the fountain person comes out there saying, I built this fountain. Why are you jumping all over it and hitting it with your sword?
You're my #1 customer.
Vandalizing my fountain. All this naturally happening because you decided to hit the town fountain with your sword. Then now this naturally happens. And now you get pulled into some sort of side mission or go to court. Or now you go in there for vandalizing. And the whole thing just happens naturally because AI learned from what you're doing and the crowd is interacting to what is that person seeing. And then say, hey, everything that you just did there, that just happened because You did that, and the AI is reacting to you doing that. And the townspeople are talking to each other as they're communicating, because in that time, this person will report to that person and have a hierarchy and infrastructure and have the AI in the game change and be a unique experience for you and for me in an open world game. Now AI is not slop. Now AI seems to be, whoa, this is now a cool experience in gaming. That's how you need to show this. Not, hey, Copilot, where do I go next? And it's like, well, I collected your email address, your phone number, where you're located, what device you're playing on, your credit card, and all that's been collected in the background. You could go straight and there's a door on the left. No, that's not gaming with AI. Hey, Copilot, what should I go now? Did you log in to Phil Nest's server? Did you log in to
Xbox No Phil Nest
.com and did you give them your emailing address, and you gave them your date of birth, and you gave them your credit card, and you gave Copilot a permission to look up all this stuff and your location? All right, you did all that? Okay. You could go straight now and go across the bridge, and there should be somebody over there to tell you what your next mission is. Dude, that's how Microsoft showed Copilot gaming. Now, you want the former or the latter? That's why they don't know what the hell they're talking about with Copilot in gaming. Where do I go now? And they gotta collect all my information. Carbon M2 with the $2. He goes, Apple partnering with Gemini instead of their own. Gemini's awesome. So I'm glad that Apple's doing that, because Gemini's been great, and I said Alexa one's been good too. I use Gemini on my phone. I use Alexa on the speakers. You know, to ask questions, glorified search engine. Yes. See, Killer Dude saying, use AI in fighting games to cause real damage that affects their fighting abilities. We've been using the same old life bosses forever. Dude, that's why I was playing Tao Fang. How does it... Yo, when did Tao Fang come out? Tao Fang. Dude, when did Tao Fang come out? Is that 2002? Dude, when? Fist of the Lotus, 2003. Tao Fang came out. And where? I want to watch. Watch this. I should have streamed it when I played it. Hold on, I'm going to find it. If you don't know what I'm talking about. Here it is.
Tao Fang Fist of the Lotus, a game released exclusively for the original Xbox on March 18th, 2003.
Man, March 18th, 2003. And the dreaded words, exclusive.
Published by Microsoft Game Studios and developed by Studio Gigante. This 3D fighting game entered a console arena already populated with excellent 3D fighters. To be considered among the greats on the Xbox, Tao Fang had to shine as a standout title. What makes...
Oh, wait a second. Do you mean that Tao Fang, in a world of similar fighters, needed to do something different in order to stand out? Doesn't that sound something crazy? What's up, Akaran? How you doing? Time Killers, my other favorite D. Oh man, that's my favorite arcade game, man, Time Killers. But they did limb damage. You cut off the limbs. But wait, to compete with other ones in fighting games, why can't all fighting games be the same? Why do they need to have exclusive and different things? Why can't they just be all the same fighters? Right? No, it needs to do something different.
Tao Fang stand out even more is the involvement of John Tobias, the lead designer and one of the creators of the original Mortal Kombat games. Tao Fang proudly displays this connection right on its front cover. This game actually connects to my childhood. To be honest, I had little hype for this game, but I was an avid fan of fighting games, especially when playing with my father. I remember the trip to Walmart where we got this, where my dad asked the electronics clerk for a game recommendation on the X.
See that? So if you beat them up, their arms get damaged. And now all punches cause 50% less damage. They had limb damage in a fighting game.
Xbox, and his response was Tao Fang, and that's how Tao Fang became a childhood
limb
game
damage
for me.
alert.
I recall many hours spent playing it with friends, even though it didn't quite get the same attention as some of the other 3D
and
fighters
environmental
in
damage
my collection. Also, this is a recommendation from Thugsy Hayes 2076. Thank you for today's recommendation. Today, I'm revisiting this game to provide you with my thoughts and insights. If you have any memories related to this game, or maybe other story mode
gameplay,
combos can be challenging to execute and feel somewhat slower compared to other fighting games. This deliberate pacing removes the quick, devastating moves often associated with the genre. While it requires more thought and strategy for each move, it can lead to less satisfying combos. The slower pace may not provide the same level of excitement as other games.
But the damage was cool.
Tao Fang does shine in certain areas. I really like the interactivity with the stages. Special moves allow you to leverage walls and objects for unique attacks. It adds a dynamic edge to the fights, and it makes them more engaging. These moments of stage-bending destruction look visually appealing too, and it injects excitement into each fight. Another standout feature is the limb damage system. Repeatedly targeting specific areas of your opponent will eventually cripple their arms or legs, leading to reduced damage dealt in those areas. This mechanic also applies to excessive blocking, adding a penalty for overly defensive play. It's a creative and realistic way to encourage diverse combat strategies. Character.
It's so cool. When a store clerk knew something, right? Oh my god. But yeah, man, Tao Fang, man, the limb damage, like, yeah, have it respond in AI, like those are the kind of things how you get something to sell, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it is, you know, you demo with, like, you don't want to be a parent. You don't want AI to stand out and like AI voices and stuff, because that's the other thing now. That's another thing I was saying, a prediction for 2026. I've been sprinkling in predictions. People are going to go really hard. We already saw at the end of last year with the Game Awards, and you know, Clay Obscure again award taken away. How much AI, and if it's detectable in games. You know, AI images, AI voice on there. Speaking of that, anybody hyped up for High God that comes out in 3 weeks? Anybody? High God. You know, High God. That the one of the biggest things of the show. High God. Yeah, free-to-play game coming out. Apparently, they do not use AI in the voices, but I already see a lot of hate for that game, and, you know, it wasn't a great reveal. We'll see when it comes out free-to-play, but High God comes out in 3 weeks on it. But, yeah. High flop. Yeah, I know. Like I said, man, so it's tough when you're free-to-play and you're everywhere and you got to do something different. Wow, exclusive, right? You need to do something different. And you know, speaking of that, speaking of doing something different, and how, and I mentioned this before, and I wanted to highlight this, how these free to play or these multiplayer games really, their success is driven by their virality. They are driven by their virality, and if you look, something like this, which they came out on stage and were boastful about it. And I love the gameplay. I think it's crazy. I love the beta. But Splitgate, they came out there with their chests. High God, Leech, High God. Anyway, they came out. Exactly, Craven. That's right. High God devs went into hiding after they saw they hated her. Everybody hates them just for being the last thing. Hit that like button. That's right, Solo. Hit that like button. Become a VIP. Let's go. 2026, we're cooking. Splitgate. Now, Splitgate came out. Splitgate 2 came out. They said, we don't do Call of Duty and they said, we make a real first-person shooter. Came out really boastfully. Well, when they came out, they had a lot of egregious charges and a not really good balancing system and kind of a not very favorable with their monetization of their free-to-play stuff, and that there were a lot of issues with it. Well, they came out and they took it off the shelves, and now they relaunched it, and they're not doing too hot. You can see just from the where they launched when they came out here, and they were getting ready, and they just dropped off. That was the end. That was the beginning of this year, of last year. Sorry, 2025. And then you could see when they took it, it jumped up right here when it launched, and then they pulled it, and it went down and went down, and then they try to launch it again, and there you go. This little nodule down here, this little thing at the bottom, that's their relaunch. And it just shows the power of how the public perceives these games, these free-to-play games, the way these things go. And they usually get these big peaks, massive amount of players, and they hope that they wind down somewhere and they get the whales to pay for them. But if there's some egregious stuff, or they do some bad tuning or something like that, the social media spread of it, even from people that just don't play the game, will just spread to say, don't play this trash. High God's experiencing this now. Just because, like, if nobody even knew what High God was, they'll be like, yo, this stupid free-to-play game that looked like a weird-ass hero shooter with like horses and stuff was like the one more thing of the Game Awards. Like, that sucked, man. Oh, damn, I'm not playing High God. You know what I mean? And that's how the virality of, like, people didn't even see the game. They didn't even see the gameplay. They like heard from somebody who heard from somebody goes, yo, that game sucked. What game? High God. It was the last thing that Jeff Keighley showed. It was a waste of time. Oh, man, I'm not playing that trash. Oh, did you see it? No. I just know it's trash. It's like, whoa. And then that just permeates. Yo, High God trash. That's what everybody wants to hate on. High God this, High God, and there you go. And now just like that, before your game even got into players' hands, your social free-to-play game that's on everything, everywhere, because that's the success that people say it has to be everywhere, comes out to crickets. Because the social media perception has been made based on the reveal. That's why I say the best way to release these multiplayer games, these free-to-play games, is get them out. Surprise somebody. Drop it on a Sunday afternoon. When all these dudes are sitting around with their streaming systems and they're ready to boot up Fortnite for the cajillion time, I would drop some hotness on a Sunday afternoon. Right after my meatballs and pasta. Right before Sunday Night Football. Boom. Bitch, new game. Where did this come from? I don't know. Play it. Oh, shit, what's this? What's it? And that's the success. You don't come out with big letters going, best shooter ever. New genre, changing, genre defining. Nah. And they shut down Splitgate 1 and came out with Splitgate 2. But they got ahead of themselves. I love Splitgate. That's the best shooter. It's Halo mechanics done right. But look at the peak. It had its flair. And they couldn't hold it because they went too wild with their tactics. Their battle passes, people started spreading around how much they're to buy something. 16 days after relaunching, confusing. Because people are like, to buy this thing, it's like thousands of dollars. Yeah, well. Then, yeah, it hurt everything. But social media is determined, and we're not going back to that. You screwed me once, you took it off, you trying to fix it, and I'm not dealing with you again. There's a lot of other games to play. And yeah. So That's the that's why I said like how games got to release these social media games. And if Sony's listening about Marathon, get that out. Let people play it. Don't play it behind closed doors. Get it in people's hands now. And let people play it and tell you how to fix it and do it, and then you fix it. You don't say we heard you and then launch the same game like Concord. When people said they wanted this, you do it. That's the purpose of the beta. Get it out there, get the impressions, get people going, yo, this could be good. Do this and it'll be great. You do this. You don't go, we heard you and we may consider it. No. There's no time for that for these multiplayer games, especially if you're charging money. And Savage says it's a free-to-play game, which is crazy. It would only take more people installing it, but stick to their Fortnite. Yeah. Because people don't like, again, it's all trendy stuff. You know, all these dudes, these big streamers on Twitch and stuff will jump on it if that's what their audience wants to see. Like, you know, if all you guys and girls were like in here going, yo, you're not streaming this game, you're not playing this game, everybody's playing it, and you hear everybody, they got to be playing this, they're playing this. Dude, I have peer pressure. If I'm not doing it, then I'm not in it unless I really hate that genre and I refuse to play it. But like, you know, the social media peer pressure, that's what takes these dudes with these millions of viewers, and their millions of viewers are like, yo, you got to play this. And if they're guys like, you know, they jump into the chat and they go, hey, I'm playing this new game, High God, and everybody's like, I want to see Fortnite. I don't want to see this trash. New skins came out on Fortnite. The streamer is at the victim of their audience. They're like, well, okay, well, you don't want to see this new game that I'm streaming? No, man, that's trash. Like, oh, okay. And the majority of people saying that stuff, the streamer's not going to do it. Not going to do it. So, like, you know, that's the problem with these games. And when they're free to play, they're so accessible that you know, it would do that. And by the way, I forgot to, when I added the 10 VIPs, we got 100 grinders, so we are doing a gaming grind. There we go. So we got one gaming grind in the books. And then we'll work on our way to the next gaming grind. So, with that, we talked about AI. I've been sprinkling some predictions. We'll get into some more predictions. But first, let's do something that we haven't done in a while, and it was owed to you. Let's go to the Gaming Grindhouse Awards of 2025. 2025, we can't let go. So hit that like button, grinders. Over 100 and something people here. Hit that like button. Let them know we're here. We're going to go to the Gaming Grindhouse Awards. Let me make sure that I got all the chats and all the members' chats here. Yep, I got everybody there that I can recall. Well, let's go and see what's cooking in the Gaming Grindhouse Awards. Sorry, I did this while I was under the weather, so bear with me. I am sure there were some funny ones in here, but we will do the Gaming Grindhouse Awards. Hold on, let me get this odds here. So the 2025, we can't let it go yet. We had to get some Gaming Grindhouse Awards. I tried to go by how much I remembered. There we go. It's cooking now. We're cooking, and I gotta get my my stuff cooking here. You ready? I think Thresh did some sort of gaming show. He didn't do the other one that we used to do. That was really cool. Where he got like people like bringing up their topic, their awards and stuff like that. But he just did one. I think he did on that one. So. Let's go. Gaming Grindhouse, hit that like button. We are the Gaming Grindhouse Awards. Here we go. Make sure it's not too loud. My audio balance. Welcome to the Gaming Grindhouse Awards of 2025. You're not going away just yet, 2025. We need to see what went down in 2025. Here we go! The biggest Philness of the year. Hold on, my goodness. We're starting with the big one. The biggest Philness of the year. My goodness, grinders. Woo! Look at these. we had Halo on PS5. We had Phil a no-show at the Game Awards. That was some Phil Ness. Even though he was there as the flute player. Or we have the infamous line, ROG Ally X. Ally X. Grinders. New Xbox. And the other one wasn't something that didn't even involve Phil. Sarah taking the heat and really leading the charge of the ROG Ally X, our new Xbox. Grinders, who do you think won the biggest Phil Ness of 2025? Halo on PS5. Dude, you can't talk anything bigger than that. There you go. Halo on PS5. You win the biggest Phil Ness of 2025. Just 4 games to Halo on PS5. Damn, that's some Phil Ness. Phil?
Xbox, no. Phil Ness.
He agrees.
Well,
next one. Biggest L of the year. Oh, man. This one was a tough one. Xbox is PC. Xbox experience. Woo! GTA 6 delay. That's a big L. Marathon initial reveal. Dude sitting on a couch with people clapping in an audience for him like a TV show. That was a pretty big L. But I do have to say, Grinders, this year's Gaming Grindhouse biggest L of the year goes to Mr. I Think the Xbox experience. Yes, Mr. I Think gets the biggest L of the year because he talked about it since January. It was a tough call, Grinders. Xbox's PC has been a pretty L, but that was announced at the end of 2024. It really was blown up out in 25. So Xbox experience was the thing that was talked about the most and was a big fail. That marathon, I don't know. The initial reveal. But anyway, next group. Best enhancement. Whoa. Best enhancement. Pause. More PS5 Pro PSSR. We know that's Ernie's favorite one. RAM prices. Man, that was an enhancement. 70% enhanced. Pause. Phil. The Xbox experience. I would have called that a de-enhancement. And the PS Portal streaming. Woo! That's a tough one, Grinders. Thinking music. Hit me. Ooh. Boom. This is a pumping Grindhouse. This award show. Grinders, the best enhancement of 2025 is the PS Portal stream. Phil doesn't know what to say anymore. He's so confused. The PS Portal stream, best enhancement, dude. They overnight, Sony no cap just came out there and was like, yo, play some games from the cloud on your PlayStation Portal. We out. Mic drop. Nassim, no. It was the PS Portal stream. Next. See, we just do them just like Jeff Keighley does them. Next one. Uh-oh. What's my next one? Ooh. What is an Xbox award? This is a tough one now. This is a new category. We added this one, a new category. What is an Xbox? We're going to have to ask this every year now. This is a brand new category as voted in by the Grindhouse. What is an Xbox? And now they just have a new one for this year. Hisense TVs. Hisense to go with High God. Anyway, LG TVs. MetaQuest. PC handheld made by someone else called our Xbox. your phone or a PlayStation. This was a tough one. This was a new award, and the council had to sit down and deliberate on this one. But I have to say, all the above! That's right, Phil Spencer! All the above win! Everything is an Xbox! You're an Xbox! My balls are an Xbox! Her ass is an Xbox! My hair, my hat, my clothes! Everything an Xbox! All the above! Everybody wins! You get one! You get one! You get one! Man, that award is for everybody. That is the You Just Show Up and Win award. What a new category this year. Everybody wins award. Oh, yeah, this one's another one. This one came over from last year's. This award, wild. The Booty of the Year award. Now, the winner of the Booty of the Year award gets to walk around the following year as the biggest ass of the industry. So this award is a very prestigious award. It's 2 golden cheeks, and the award recipient is also known as a trash finger for the year as well. So this is a very prestigious award. Matt Booty has crafted this himself with trash finger and the booty cheek glazed ass cheeks of gold, of trash. So the Booty of the Year award this year, Sarah Bond's interviews. Oof, they were stinky. They were definitely stanky. They had a lot of stank in those Sarah Bond interviews. She was fake. There was a lot of fakeness in there. That was a lot of Sarah Bond interviews. They had a lot of stank. Very stanky. Anyway, that was one. CFO takes over Matt Booty's job at ZeniMax. The booty cheeks got kicked out on his ass by the money guy. Now, that could be a big booty. You get kicked in the ass, it might be a booty. Can't sit for a week. Another booty, the Xbox handheld marketing. Talk about trash. Man, that was trash. They called it their Xbox, and the Xbox part of it was the thing that failed the most. That had a lot of stank as well. And then the final person, Mr. I Think. I have nothing to announce this year. Grinders, after deliberation with the panel and long sleepless nights, we have come to the conclusion of the Booty of the Year award. This year's recipient is none other than Gaming Gandalf. I think you won the Gaming Booty of the Year award. Booty of the Year, Mr. I Think, Gaming Gandalf. Congratulations, the Booty of the Year. I expect to see more of you and wear that Booty of the Year award proud. Mr. I Think, you have won. No other person could talk about something from January and then end the year with, I have nothing to announce now, but hype up the following year. That is some stank. That is some stank. Let's give him a round of applause. It's a very prestigious award. I want to thank him. Very prestigious award. I hope you wear it proud and you know, walk around with the Booty of the Year award. Oh, sorry. It actually farts when you walk around with it. So sorry. Oh man. Oh, stank. Yeah, man. Enjoy that award. Enjoy it. Man, what a show. All right, next. Yo, we're going through these Jeff Keighley style. Here we go. Oh, man, next one. Whew, what can it be? Grinders. What a show. Hit that like button. You're liking the Gaming Awards. Whoa, now we get into the real nitty-gritty. Best multiplayer. Now, this is one that hits home for the Gaming Grindhouse. Best multiplayer game of 2025. We have Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Black Ops 7, or Murder Midnight Club. I know it came out the other year, but I played it last year, so it's in my choices for best multiplayer because that was some fun-ass shit. Murder Midnight Club. If you missed my stream, go check it out. It was hilarious. farting in the dark. Can't beat that. It was endless fun. But for me, the best multiplayer game of 2025. Battlefield 6, that's one's for me. A close second is definitely Arc Raiders. I was very, very impressed with it, but Battlefield 6 got my heart. I was playing that thing. I got the tons of hours in it. Battlefield 6. Arc Raiders is a close second, and Midnight Murder Club is an honorary mention. Murder Midnight Club, go get it. If you're not, I'll stream it. You could join my room for free because you get like 5 codes with it. So Midnight Murder Club, we're going to do another stream of that because that game is hilarious. And Black Ops 7 gets you good, the Trash Award. Anyway, next topic. Woo! We always do this one. This is a classic of the Gaming Grindhouse Awards here, Grinders. A classic. Best new hardware or feature. PlayStation Portal streaming, the Xbox experience, a lower memory PS5, or the PlayStation speakers. Grinders, I have to say, PS Portal streaming, a doubleheader. They won 2 awards. They're the new Clay Obscura of the Gaming Awards. The PlayStation Portal streaming was a brand new feature that came out of nowhere and just worked overnight. Leech, this is dumb. Portal streaming, Xbox experience. Nah, that's not winning. Next topic. Woo! The big one. The big one. Please hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We are now here at the Grindhouse Game of the Year. There's only one Gaming Grindhouse Year. This is the game that means it all. There's no arguing. It's over. If you don't play this game, the Gaming Grindhouse is the Game of the Year. Now, here it is. I think the speakers are this year, Michael Burdian. Grindhouse Game of the Year. We got Battlefield 6, Ghost of Yote, Death Stranding 2. Who put that in? Michael, did you put that in there? Who put that game in my baby steps? Slips in the baby. Yo. Who's smuggling those grapes? Somebody smuggled baby steps in this thing. I did not put baby steps in this piece of. No. Who smuggled this into my Game of the Awards? Baby steps. Who put this in there? No baby steps. Yo, somebody snuck in there. Somebody did a reach around sneak in there. Arc Raiders or my rematch. I know nobody likes rematch in the soccer game, but man, I like that game a lot. Gaming Grindhouse. Game of the Year. This is a tough one. But I have to say, Grinders. Ghost of Yote wins it for me. It wins an award here at the Gaming Grindhouse. That's right, Grinders. It wins an award here. Ghost of Yote, listen. When you do a sequel, we cook with a sequel. And Ghost of Yote did everything as a sequel should. And dude, friggin' great. Ghosts. Give it the love that it deserves. It's phenomenal. And I tell you, the one moment when you jump through that trees and you see the environment, it was surreal. And it was the most amazing thing. Death Stranding was definitely there. I liked what they did with Death Stranding too. But Yote, the combat, the Venge story, everything you could do, and the natural, just open world, it changed the way open worlds should be. It didn't make it an icon of crap. You naturally wanted to explore the region and get lost in it. And Ghost of Yote was my Game of the Year. So there it is, Grinders. Baby steps, get the hell out of there. And then, Grinders, the biggest award is the next one. This is the biggest one. You think Gaming Grindhouse of the year is the big one? Hit that like button, Grinders, because this one's the biggest award. The best overall in 2025, it's you, the Gaming Grinders. Thank you so much. You made all this happen. You're the best, and you had an awesome year, and you made me keep pumping out content and loving everything that I do here at the Gaming Grindhouse with the music, the sound clips, entertainment. You keep me going, and I want to thank you. The best overall 2025 is you, the gamers, you, the grinders, all you. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button, share it out. The VIPs, ultimate grinders, all you. Thank you again for awesome 2025, and we're going to have even bigger 2026 if this show is just a sneak peek of what this year is going to bring. Now, we leave Phil Ness in the streets. We're the champions. And then we even had the Christmas version of the Gaming Grindhouse. The Gaming Gingerbread House was in the house. But thank you, Gaming Grinders. You knew it. Woo! It's a new year, Grinders! Gaming Gingerbread House, y'all. Thanks again, Grinders. Oh, what a show. What an award show. And yes, I did those while I was under the weather, but man, oh man. Great. So, going into some predictions, I led to some predictions already. Shout out to Zuby. He put the list together of the upcoming PlayStation games here that we have 2026s that are coming out. And I throw some predictions. The one out there, that's right. Give yourselves a round of applause, Grinders. Give yourselves a round of applause for being awesome. Thank you again. Seriously, yeah. If it's not interaction for you guys in the chat, even when I stream games, everybody comes in there and chats it up and conversates, man, it's awesome. It's my new, it definitely motivates me to keep going. I always want to do more and do something different and not be the same traditional type of just, talk show type thing. With throw everything out there. Music, prints, remixes, mixes, anything I could think of, whatever I can do, I'm making it happen here. So I plan on doing more of that stuff. If the beginning is not anything, to know that, I want to do mixes and do some things, so definitely just kind of keep bringing new stuff, refreshing stuff, entertainment, and make gaming and entertainment all one. Everything that I like and hopefully you like. So hit that like button again. Thank you for awesome 2025. You finally won something. You always win. Everybody's a winner here at the Gaming Grindhouse. That's right. So for 2026, the list coming up here. So Neo 3, which I played the demo there. I'm not a big fan of those games, so I'm not super hyped for Neo 3. I know some are. I'll be honest, I'm not really super hyped for it. I never like those games where, the combat's awesome, but I just don't like the whole you lose progress when you die and things like that and the difficult bosses. So I wasn't a big fan of the demo there with Neo 3, but I know some are. Crimson Desert, I'm pretty hyped for. There it is. Thank you. No problem, Dennis. Definitely. You guys earned one this evening, so you get a Gaming Grindhouse stream. Definitely from there. Crimson Desert, I'm looking forward to that. That's in March, though. March seems so far away. Resident Evil 9 is definitely my big one. That's the big one that I can't wait for because I love Resident Evil. I loved Resident Evil 7. 8 was great, but I felt like it wasn't as scary as it was more action-based 8. 7 was friggin' awesome. So I'm hoping Resident Evil 9 goes back, and especially going back to Raccoon City, I'm friggin' hyped for Resident Evil 9. I don't even want to watch any more gameplay. I just want to play it. So, yeah, like that kind of Souls-like leech. Yeah, like, I'm not a super fan of those. I get frustrated. So, yeah, Resident Evil. Wolverine, obviously, Marvel's Wolverine looks awesome. Hopefully it don't get delayed and stays there. I mean, it comes out in October, maybe some there with Marvel's Wolverine. Lego Batman Legacy, I know that they're changing the structure of the Lego games, but I don't know. Resident Evil, definitely. First Light, that's like one that came up here, dude. It comes out March again. I don't know. Like, it look cool, but it looks like it has a little bit of that iOS jank to it with 007. That's right. 7 was perfect. The 7 was freaking incredible. 8 was prep for 4 remake. Yeah, Josh. Yeah. 8 was good, but I just, 7 was better. 7 was scary as hell, dude. Whoo, I jumped I love the premise of it. 7 was great. 8 was just too much gun. Like, you got guns shooting around. Yeah, I don't know what Token's on this list, but Token's freaking incredible. I played the beta. I streamed it. Tokens, that's a big one. Resident Evil and Token are 2 big ones in the beginning of the year that I'm looking forward to on there. Sorrows coming out in April. Definitely, I loved Returnal. I thought Returnal was great, and I have Sorrows trying to build on that. I'm down game day 1. Phantom Blade Zero, I'm upset that that's a September because that I'm hyped for. So, like, really, Resident Evil, Marvel Token, Crimson Desert, Wolverine, Phantom Blade Zero, Sorrows, and of course GTA 6. Pretty much everything that I'm hyped for on this list, but I know there's a lot more there. But yeah, Token was incredible. That is so polished. That just needs to come out. That Token fighter. I just want to see all the characters. That game that game is so polished and ready to go. That is going to be an incredible shooter for that one. Incredible fighter for that one. Yeah, someone forgot that one. I gotta tell Zuby, he forgot one. He forgot that one, but he put these on there. But yeah, that's a big one. But yeah, I think Wolverine's gonna be incredible. I'm really interested in see how they deal with the story of Wolverine. Because the combat looks incredible, but like the story on that one. So yeah. But Resident Evil, Marvel Token, those are 2 of my big ones in there, and Crimson Desert. I wish there was something like end of January that comes out. I wish February, end of February seems so far away right now. And also too, we had November was like the big one. December was kind of quiet, and I really didn't get to what was it in Metroid? Yeah, played some of it at Nintendo. So. And that Pro update, the Pro update comes out with the PSSR 2 or whatever to version 2. That comes out too. But yeah, I still got things to finish. I still got to do some Death Stranding. I still got to do, there's a lot of things I got to catch up on. And again, it was so busy. This is the crazy thing, and I don't know, I don't know if you guys like about the, you think like you're going to sit and game all, break and stuff. I was so freaking busy. I was all over the place. I couldn't stop. That's why I had to play on the handheld to stream to my PlayStation. I had to play I had to stream whatever I could get in there. You had to do some stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It was just crazy. Co-Violet. Who's Lulu Lang? What's going on, Lulu? I don't know what that is. What do you think about Lulu? I don't know. But yeah, a big backlog. So that's why I got to get back into it. Streaming now, we get back to normal. Kids are at school. They're not home all the time. Kids are at school. They don't want to be taken all over the place. It did. It saved me during the holidays. I was able to game some stuff, but I couldn't. It was like I got down. It's like, okay, we got to go here. Oh, we got to go see them. We're going on this place. Going here. All right, got to go get gifts. Oh, I can't. Every time I sat down, it's like those things that I do. Plus Ultra, I really didn't care for Ninja Gaiden. I played it for a few hours. It didn't grasp me on that. Like, it doesn't look that great. I played on PC too. It didn't look that great. And yeah, it is. I was gonna stream it to let you guys see, but like there's weird things in there. Like if there's garbage pails, and if you knock over the garbage pails, they move, but then they disappear. Like you can't keep hitting them. Like it's saving memory. And I'm like, whoa, that's like, I don't know why it's like that. This was like built for Xbox, right? This was built. Phil made this happen. Yeah, and the polish wasn't there for me. Combat was good. Some of the combat was good, but like in between, like the puzzles and the jumping, so I was like, oh, it wasn't that great. But I got to do more of the backlog stuff. I got to play what I have. Yeah, I just got to need more time to do it. Time is always tough. Booty stank. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah. Oh, Lu Lang pulled up trailer for PS5 China Hero game. Oh no, I didn't see that one. And that's the other thing too. Like, for news wise and stuff, I haven't really been. There's been a lot of just like crap on Twitter and stuff like that. The AI, the price is increasing. Like, there hasn't been a real lot of gaming stuff. CES is out there. I'm hoping this year that we get some good VR stuff. Like, I want some more VR stuff, something that's really compelling there. I just used my VR really for like exercising and stuff, like music games and things like that. Like, I want some engaging campaign. That'll be cool. Like, I know they have some. I'll always look forward to some new VR things. I think PlayStation prediction wise, I think that they make a big deal of that update that comes out. Hopefully, really takes the Pro into the next level and really kind of drags on there. I really don't want to hear anything about next PlayStations. I really just want to see the Pro get taken advantage of the year pause with the games. I really want to see the Pro, get this stuff done like that, and really flex its muscles again. And I think that is a smart play. I think if they really make the Pro a compelling device that kind of really takes, shows off games really well, and if gaming PCs keep getting super expensive, the Pro is going to sit at that sweet spot of like, if you want the power but don't want to build a PC with the exorbitant amount of RAM and things like that, and you want to play these games like Wolverine, because the pull that Spider-Man 2 had, Wolverine is going to have that pull. And of all years, I think this is the year where Sony really, pushes the Pro, maybe even drops the price a little bit, $50 or something like that, and really cooks it, especially with the update coming out. So I really think that, the Pro could sit in that sweet spot of people want next gen so bad, but next gen is going to be so expensive, or we don't know what the implications are of RAM and all this other stuff is going to be. The Pro could be that kind of compromise of like, hey. And now you look at console players and they're like, oh, well, what's my next move? And it's like, well, PC, I got to build it. All these parts are super expensive. Maybe they get a Pro as intermediary one. Who knows? But it definitely has. I think it's definitely finding its spot now with the excessive prices that are going on. Now, if it's affected by them, everything is going to go up. So I would say get it while you can before it goes up. For Nintendo, I think they're going to cook. I'm really, I have big predictions for Nintendo this year. I really hope that Nintendo, I want the wave of new games. I think Nintendo been sitting too long, resting on games that were announced ages ago and really needs to come out with the next wave of games. We need a new Smash. Like, come on. I think this is the year of Smash, or at least to get announced. And I think they need a new Mario game. And the fact that they don't have one with the movie, I think is messed up. But I think this is the year of the Switch 2. I think the Switch 2, I really think that this year it's going to put the console people that said console gaming, nobody's buying, I think it's going to shut them up. Because I think the Switch 2 is going to say, here's our lineup for this year. A new 3D Mario game, Smash, and you got PlayStation sitting there with Wolverine and GTA 6. So I think now more than ever, the console gaming space is going to blow up. Let me do it again. Blow up. If this holiday sales of console gaming, it's down. Dude, we got a recipe for success. That's my prediction. You got the Switch 2 with a full year now, and Nintendo, they better get ready to cook. They come out with a new Smash for the Switch 2, say goodbye. You're not going to find a Switch 2 in stock. Then, when the PlayStation now shows Wolverine and GTA 6, I think Xbox, Microsoft is going to be kicking their boots. They're going to try to hide Xboxes. They're going to say, take it back. They're going to try to hide. They're not going to want to. The power of GTA 6 is going to move consoles like no other game will. And Microsoft's going to hate it. They're going to be like, no, don't buy an Xbox. They're going to make sure that's not on store shelves. Because they don't want their console being sold. They want everybody moving on. And I think that's what Microsoft's going to do this year. For predictions for Xbox, Microsoft is going to start talking new hardware. They already did. All last year they talked about it. This year, I think, and especially with the pressure of the Steam machine, I think Microsoft's going to prematurely talk about stuff that they don't have ready. That's what I think. I think Microsoft predictions, I think that they're going to open up their mouths. They're going to talk about experiences and with learning about bringing your games over, and we may do this and we may roll it out slowly, and they're going to prematurely talk over themselves, trip over themselves, while Steam Machine comes out and cooks. And I think that's going to be something interesting when they announce the price of the Steam Machine, especially in the realm of super expensive PCs. If the Steam Machine could kind of keep its $500-$600 price, maybe. Beyond that, I don't know. But I do think that, it's going to force Xbox and Microsoft, because their console ain't going nowhere. It's overpriced. Nobody buying it. Huge drops in the holiday when you would have a bump. And all the games, the big ones they got, such as Gears and Halo, are going to be launching first on PlayStation. So, and I think the pressure of the Steam machine and what Steam is doing, and you see even Lenovo getting ready with the Legion Go 2, that they're already coming out with a Steam version of it. They're not waiting. Asus increasing their prices. Microsoft just partnered with them. I think Xbox and Microsoft are in a bad spot right now. Everything's against them. Switch, getting ready for Switch. It has a Switch 2 stuff ready to cook. PlayStation has a lineup right now. GTA 6, it's like, it's going to be the only show in town. And Wolverine. And Microsoft's sitting there with a Steam machine breathing down its neck. Their hardware is kerbunked. And now they're trying to talk about some new PC partnership OEM thing with RAM prices going wild, SSDs going up in price, and they're going to try to sell you a PC. In addition, they're going to try to talk about that Xbox experience and evolve that, which it sucks. And it's nowhere near the Steam OS. So, where does Xbox fit? All the chips are stacked against them. Every road is blocked. The console blocked. PlayStation and Nintendo look like they're gonna have it ready to go. If Nintendo goes along with what I was saying, Nintendo just rests on its laurels, and the Switch will just stay where it is. But if Nintendo starts announcing its wave, and I think with the Mario movie, the Mario Galaxy remake, and they come out with a new Mario 3D. I think, if they announce a Mario 3D new game when the movie comes out, that's Nintendo. New 3D Mario game, Switch 2, when the movie comes out, and they release the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and they say, Mario Galaxy 3, Switch 2 exclusive. Phil won't know what to do with himself.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
Yeah. So, that's why I said, like, every which way, Xbox predictions are pretty dire. And I think what they do is they're just going to, Odyssey 2, yeah. Or Odyssey 2. Or they stay with the Galaxy theme and go Galaxy 3. Because they're remastering 1 and 2. Go Galaxy 3. Mario Galaxy movie. And the Mario Galaxy 3 comes out when the Mario movie comes to digital. Ooh! Now Nintendo got a new president too. Remember, they got the Bowser's out. So we'll see. And we got the Xbox Direct, always something fun to watch. So I did like Odyssey. Yeah, I did like it. I liked it. But yeah, and then I just think, PlayStation wise, we went through their games and stuff like that. Steam Machine coming out. When that comes out, I don't know. I'll say maybe summertime. Steam summer sales. I don't know. And then, Xbox, really, it's going to be interesting. Forza Motorsport's done with updates. They're done with that game. They're going to hype up Forza Motorsport. That's another game that comes out in the fall. Forza Horizon 6. Where's that go out? Because Microsoft doesn't have Forza is usually a fall game. So you have Gears, Forza coming out. I'll tell you, they're going to stack them all a week apart from each other. It's going to be crazy. They better not save it to the end of the year like they did last year, like they always do, because there's no room at the end of this year. You'll get forgotten. Does Game Pass go up again in price? Who knows? Maybe. Xbox seems to be, like I said before, there's no going down for Microsoft. They said that it is an expensive hobby and they're going to price their customer out. So all these Xbox diehards right now, you like to stay on Xbox? Well, $35, $40. Controllers up. Everything's going to go up in price. That's what they're going to do. They're going to price them out. They'll say, well, it's expensive, but you guys are going to pay. So those are some predictions. I'm sure more will come on as we go through it. But I just wanted to get this show out for the first of the year, Grinders. And I want to thank everybody for coming through, hitting that like button, sharing it out. Hopefully you liked the mixing in the beginning of the show. I'm going to do that with licensed music and stuff for the members. If you like it, let me know in the comments if you want to see. I did some recordings. I'll do some live, get more practice in if you like that kind of content. I definitely want to learn and do some cool music beats and stuff like that. And, see, it might pop up on other shows and stuff like that in the beginning. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, you say, hey, just get right to the show and I don't want to hear music mixes and watch you do it live. Then, hey, then I'll do it somewhere else. But, always want to do more stuff for the channel, more content, all around gaming, entertainment, and fun. And, just let me know. Hopefully everybody had a great year. And this is going to be a great year coming up for 2026. So I'm always looking for new things to do, and you saw some of that today, and more to come. So Grinders, thank you again, and hit that like button on the way out, and good night, and happy new year.
Dreams are sold on silver screens, console wars and broken scenes. The leaderboard is fading fast, numbers lie. The die is cast.